Well, hey, everybody. I am here. I'm going to show you how to use stop losses when you're an option seller. How do you identify the amount you should put in for your profit, what you should put in for your stop loss, and how do you enter those on a trade? All right, so let's get into it. I selected, let me see. This is what I did. Yep, I want to take myself off the screen. There we go. I selected Microsoft for this example. In this example, I'm going to show you the stock side and the strike I like, and then show you the trade, how we enter, and then how I set the stop loss and the profit taking. Okay. So looking at the strikes I have on Microsoft, and actually this is a trade that could potentially be for next week if you're watching right now. For 17.5, it says 75% probability out of the money. Let me turn this running. This is on demand. If you've never used on demand in ThinkorSwim, it is a great resource. All right. But I like 417.5. I'm going to turn it into vertical. Keep 417.5. Select the bid. This is the trade, 417.5, 420. And then I entered the trade. And on demand allows you to basically just replay the time in the market. And for us, you see it's replaying February 21st, which was on Friday. It's replaying that at 3:30. So I'm picking up, this is like 3:30 live a few days ago. All right. Once you've got the trade entered, you go to the monitor tab. You should be able to see your trade here. You need to know, first you need to make sure that you capture is how much did you receive when you entered this trade. And when you go to the field orders area under monitor, you can see that we received 58 cent, 0.58 times 100 shares is $58. We received $58, right? The way I determine my profit taking and my stop loss is I close it at 80% profit or at 20% buyback. And I have a stop loss at 2 times my premium. So I took in $58. I would double that. And that would be the amount for the stop loss. I'm going to show you the math on Word because, I'm a visual learner and many people are too. So let's just look at it like that. Okay. We took in $58 here, right? 58.51 is $58. I did this video before, which is why it says 51 here. We want to take our 58 and multiply by 0.2. Take 58.58 times 0.2, and you end up with 0.116. So I'm going to round that up to 0.12, which is $12. What this is saying is I received 58 when I entered this trade. I'm going to close it for a profit. Right? I'm going to close it for a profit at $12. I'm going to buy back at $12, which means I'm going to keep 46 of the dollars. I received 58. I'm going to buy it back for 12, meaning I'm keeping $46. This is for my profit limit. Our stop loss limit, I'm going to take our 58 and double this. Remember I told you it was 116. I'm going to double this to $116. This is my stop loss limit, 1.16. Right? We got 0.12 for the profit and we got 1.16, basically saying that I received $58 for this trade and I'm going to close it at $1.16 or $116. If it gets there, I'm going to close it there. So I'm going to give them their $58 back and then I'm going to give them $58 of my money if the stop loss gets triggered. All right. That's the plan. So now let's go back to, now that we got our numbers, 0.12, 116. I'm going to select these two strikes and I'm working with ThinkorSwim. I'm going to select these two. If you're working with Robinhood allows you to put in the profit or the stop loss. It doesn't let you put in both. But ThinkorSwim, I'm going to go down here where it says single order. I'm selecting this and changing it to first trigger OCO. This allows me to put in 2 orders. I'm going to the right, all the way to the right where the lines are. Select these lines, create duplicate order. The top one I'm using for the profit. Remember, I told you I wanted $12. If it was going to be in profit, I would buy it back for $12. That means I would keep 46. And on this second one, though, I'm going to change this to a stop. So, hey, if you want to elevate your learning of credit spreads, I do have a resource, a training resource for vertical credit spreads. I'll put the link down in the description and you can grab that and be able to go a lot deeper into credit spreads and how they are going to help you to generate nice, consistent profits. All right, check the link in the description, saying that if this gets to 1.16, as we picked on our numbers, I doubled the $58 that I received. I doubled that, 1.16. This is my stop loss. Says that if it gets up here, I want it to close, right? Confirm and send. You can check to make sure that it is running. Go back to the monitor tab. When you're at the monitor tab, you can see the field order of the 58 is what I took in earlier, but let's look under working. Let's look under the working orders. Under working orders, you'll see the $12 debit. That means I'm going to buy back for $12 if it gets there. And I'm going to pay $1.16 or $116 if it gets there, right? You can see in the mark category, it's starting to move because I turned on demand back on. So as time is progressing forward. But mark is the current price of that particular trade. So you can look here and say, okay, I want to buy it back for 12. It's currently at 59. Or I would buy it back at 116 for a stop loss. It's currently at 58. Okay. This is going to run good till canceled. See the GTC? This is going to run good till canceled until one of these limits is triggered. One of these stops is actually triggered. Okay. So there we are with that. Okay. Okay, so I just showed you how I entered the trade, how I decided on the stop loss and the profit area, 20% for the profit buyback, and double the money for the stop loss buyback, right? I went through those steps already. All the stuff about credit spreads you can find on my channel at educatortotrader.com. You can go into my website and you can see the trainings, full trainings on cash secure puts, on covered calls, on credit spreads, all of the seller related things. And you also have this information now on how do you set stop losses. Setting a stop loss as a seller is probably one of the hardest things to do because your stop loss can be getting approached or can be triggered and your trade can still be good. Like your strike is not being challenged or is not being breached, but it's already higher than your stop loss. So sometimes we want to let the trade go some more thinking maybe it'll turn back, and sometimes it does, but we always want to be following proper risk management and make sure that we're protecting our capital as best we can. And we have to have stop losses. We want to set these up. These orders can be set ahead of time, and you don't have to be like directly watching these trades. You can go ahead and set these stop losses, and then they're ready to close when they get ready to close. All righty. All right. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Do all the good stuff that you're supposed to do, right? Follow me in all the places. Thanks.